Why most people fail to change themselves. 10 secret reasons. Have you ever looked at yourself and said, "This time I'm going to change"? Maybe it was the start of a new year, a birthday, or just one of those nights where you were tired of your own excuses. You felt inspired, ready, motivated, but a few weeks later, you found yourself back in the same habits, the same routines, the same frustration. Why does this keep happening? Why do most people fail to change themselves? The truth is, it's not because people are lazy or weak. It's because change is much more complex than we think. In this video, we're going to explore the 10 real reasons why most people fail to change and how you can finally break that pattern for good. If you've ever felt stuck or disappointed in yourself, stay with me until the end. You're going to see change in a completely different way. Let's start with the first reason. Reason 1, change is uncomfortable and the brain hates discomfort. Your brain's number one job is to keep you safe. It's built to protect you from pain, danger, and uncertainty. But the problem is, growth lives in those exact places. Every time you try to change, your brain sees it as a threat. It doesn't know you're trying to improve. It just feels the discomfort and says, "Stop. Go back to what's familiar." That's why you keep falling back into old habits. It's not that you don't want to change. It's that your mind wants comfort more than it wants progress. The trick is to understand that discomfort isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth. If you can sit with the discomfort long enough, your brain will eventually adapt to the new normal. Every transformation begins the moment you stop running from discomfort. Reason 2, people depend on motivation instead of discipline. Motivation is great, but it's temporary. It feels amazing when it's there, but it disappears when life gets tough. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation is gone. Real change doesn't happen when you're excited. It happens when you're tired, bored, or frustrated, but you still show up anyway. Think about it. The people who wake up early every day don't do it because they're motivated every morning. They do it because they built discipline through repetition. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what finishes the job. If you want to change, stop waiting for motivation to strike. Build habits so strong that you don't need to feel inspired to act. Reason 3, deep down, they don't truly believe they can change. You can't become someone new while still seeing yourself as the old version. Many people fail to change because they carry a hidden belief that they're not capable of it. Maybe you've failed before, so now that memory whispers, "You'll fail again." That belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you keep telling yourself, "I'm just not the kind of person who can do this," your actions will match that belief. Change your identity first, and your habits will follow. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to quit smoking," say, "I'm not a smoker." Instead of saying, "I'm trying to be more confident," say, "I'm the kind of person who speaks with confidence." You act according to who you believe you are. So start believing in the version of yourself you want to become. Reason 4, they expect results too quickly. We live in a world of fast results and short attention spans. People want change to happen overnight, but lasting change takes time. You can't undo years of habits in a few days. Real growth is slow, and that's why most people give up before they see results. Think of change like planting a tree. You don't see the roots growing, but they are. The progress happens underground before you ever see the branches. Most people stop watering their tree before it even sprouts. You have to trust the process even when you can't see the outcome yet. Consistency always beats speed. Reason 5, they don't change their environment. You can't grow in the same environment that made you stuck. Your surroundings have more power than you think. The people around you, the things you watch, the places you go, even the apps on your phone, all of it shapes who you become. If your friends mock your goals, or if your space is filled with distractions, your chances of change drop. You can't expect to stay disciplined if your environment constantly tempts you back into old habits. Make your surroundings support the version of yourself you're trying to become. Remove what holds you back, and fill your space with reminders of what you're working toward. Reason 6, they try to change everything at once. Many people fail because they try to overhaul their entire life overnight. They decide to wake up early, hit the gym, quit sugar, meditate, read, and build a new business, all at the same time. That's a recipe for burnout. The brain can only handle a few changes at once. Lasting transformation starts small. Focus on one change at a time. Master it, then move to the next. One small habit done consistently beats 10 big habits done once. If you want to change your life, start with something so easy that you can't fail. Small wins build momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence makes change stick. Reason 7, they don't have a strong why. If you don't have a deep reason for changing, you'll quit when it gets hard. A weak why creates weak effort. You need a reason that's emotional, personal, and powerful. Ask yourself, why does this matter to me? What will my life look like if I don't change? What pain will I keep living with if I stay the same? When your reason is strong enough, you'll find a way to push through any challenge. Change driven by guilt or pressure doesn't last. Change driven by purpose and vision does. Make sure your reason for change comes from the heart, not just from a passing mood. Reason 8, they don't track their progress. What you measure, you improve. Most people don't know whether they're actually making progress because they never track it. They just guess. And when they can't see improvement, they feel discouraged and give up. Tracking your progress keeps you accountable. Whether it's writing in a journal, marking days on a calendar, or using an app, it reminds you that small steps add up. Even tiny improvements are proof that you're moving forward. That proof builds belief, and belief keeps you consistent. If you can measure it, you can change it. Reason 9, they don't forgive themselves for failing. Failure is not the end of the road. It's part of the process. But most people treat one mistake as total failure. They miss one workout and decide the whole plan is ruined. They eat one bad meal and think they've failed the diet. That mindset kills progress. You're human. You're going to slip. What matters is how you respond. The people who truly change are not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never quit after failing. Forgive yourself. Learn the lesson. Start again tomorrow. Every restart is progress. The only true failure is giving up completely. Reason 10, they forget that change is personal. There's no single path to transformation. What works for one person might not work for you. That's okay. Change is not about copying someone else's lifestyle. It's about creating a version that fits your life, your pace, and your goals. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. because someone else said it's the secret to success. You don't have to follow every trend or every guru online. The best kind of change is the one that feels natural to you. It's personal, it's honest, it's sustainable. Your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It just has to move you forward. Now, let's recap what we've learned. Most people fail to change because change is uncomfortable. They rely on motivation instead of discipline. They don't truly believe they can change. They expect results too quickly. They stay stuck in the same environment. They try to change everything at once. They lack a strong reason why. They don't track progress. They don't forgive themselves for failure. And they forget that change is personal. But knowing these truths gives you power. You now understand the traps that keep people stuck. You can break free from them. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about sudden transformation. It's about consistent evolution. Every day you choose to do one thing differently, you're changing. Every time you face discomfort instead of running from it, you're growing. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you're becoming stronger. Real change happens quietly in the small decisions no one sees. So if you've been trying to change and it feels impossible, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You're just learning how to rewire years of patterns. That takes time, effort, and patience. But you can do it. You have everything you need inside you right now to start. The question is, will you? If this message connected with you, take a moment to reflect on one thing you've been trying to change in your life. Write it down. Don't just think it, commit to it. Ask yourself, what's one small action I can take today that moves me closer to the person I want to be? Then do it. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. And if this video helped you understand yourself a little better, consider subscribing for more content like this. Share it with someone who's trying to improve their life too.